The MAPL program exists to engage people who are spiritual on behalf of social justice, providing them with the skills to understand the deep motives of religious traditions, the pluralistic religious traditions in American culture, and some practical skills in business or social work. So integrating the sacred and the secular on behalf of a more just and peaceful world.
The Master of Arts in Public Leadership program is really important to the church as an institution, but also just as a function of society. It's bringing up new leaders from within the church that have been formed by the church and preparing them for work outside of the church. If the church is successful, we are outward looking and involved with the community and doing work for others. And that's what church is all about. The ELCA has done a really great job of encouraging that in different ways. The Young Adults in Global Mission Program, Lutheran Volunteer Corps, different social ministry organizations. Those are all really great contributions to that goal. One thing that's been lacking is preparation in seminary for that. There's only been space before for people that feel called to rostered ministry within the church at seminary. And that leaves out a whole chunk of people like myself that feel called to public leadership, have been shaped by faith, feel called by God to social justice work, and don't really know how to get myself to that place. Once MAPL has opened up that door to us, we find ourselves in a place where we can explore those calls in a safe and faith-forming environment, but also with practical applications so that we come out actually ready to make a difference in the world.
The course was Religious History and Public Leadership, so it is, the question of the course is what can we learn about leadership from religious traditions as historically articulated and as embodied in especially individual leaders. So for example, we studied the Bhagavad Gita as interpreted by Mohandas Gandhi. At the beginning of the course, his commentary on the Gita along with reading the Gita itself. And then the last book that students read was The Gospel According to Oprah. So everything in between, from the Bhagavad Gita, this ancient text, and Gandhi's interpretation of it, and in between Lema Bowie, the Liberian Lutheran woman, her memoirs, and so forth. So it was, what can we learn about leadership from studying the history of these leaders? At Valparaiso, I'd done a lot of work in civic engagement, so-called service learning, building 3 houses in 4 years with Habitat for Humanity. I haven't had that kind of hands-on opportunity here at the seminary, but in this course I thought, let's see what we can do. So I knew that there were this idea of, the Shark Tank was out there. That is, inviting students to pitch an idea in a 3-minute presentation in the second class session. And the motive was to engage faith and partners in the city of Philadelphia on behalf of social justice by using some of the unused or underutilized space on campus.
Professor Jon Pahl talked this semester about how religious history plays into what we are doing now. And so as a practical arm of that, he had us develop different projects to use the space that we have at LTSP to develop some sort of social ministry outreach that we think would best benefit the community. So we split up into groups, did a little Shark Tank exercise where we came up with different projects and sold them to the class and voted on them. We then developed 4 different projects. One was with an aim to get a mental health services center on campus. That was the one I participated in. One was a community kitchen, one was a peace and justice studies center, and one was to bring the Interfaith Hospitality Network on campus and offer housing to people there.
And it's exciting to see, again, as President Lose put it, students learning to lead by leading, because these are all student-generated projects that they now have a stake in and that will be continuing in one form or another. I know they'll be continuing through the Introduction to Public Theology class that I'm offering in the fall, because I have one of the students, of my TAs, who's going to be coordinating that, Michelle Steiner. And all of the students will be invited to participate. No, let me put it more strongly. Will be required as part of their learning to participate in a class project one of these projects, and then I hope what will emerge out of that class, we'll do something similar to the Shark Tank. I don't know, I need to come up with another name for it, although everyone knows that. It's recognizable. Shark Tank, Guppy Tank, I don't know, Dolphin Tank? Maybe dolphins cooperate, right? Maybe that's the idea, you know, we need a dolphin tank. And, you know, really communicate ideas, again, for expanding social justice with this campus as a hub and as a meeting point and as an educational center for spiritually engaged social enterprise.
MAPL has definitely changed my life and shaped who I want to be. I've known for a long time I want to be involved in social justice work of some sort, but I didn't really have an idea of what that would look like or how that would come about. So MAPL's definitely shaped me within the context of the church, which is what I've grown up in and has shaped me to embrace social justice thus far anyway. And it's giving me practical experience with my field work to actually then be able to go get a job to actually have an impact after graduation in my chosen field. But also to give me the theological background to, if I'm working in a faith-based organization or a social ministry organization within the church, to give me that grounding as well.